This is a world where money holds no value at all. Time is the only currency that matters. Every object, every service, every luxury is purchased not with cash, but with years, days, minutes, or even seconds taken directly from a person's life. Survival itself depends on how much time you own. When a person turns 25, their aging stops permanently, and a 1-year countdown appears on their arm. When that timer reaches 0, death is instant and unavoidable. In this system, the rich possess so much time that they can live for centuries, even thousands of years, while the poor struggle every single day just to earn enough hours to stay alive. The wealthy isolate themselves inside elite time zones where life is peaceful and abundant, while the poor are trapped in brutal ghetto cities, forced to work endlessly to keep their clocks from running out. In one such ghetto lives a young man named Will, whose clock shows only 23 hours remaining. He lives with his mother, Rachel, who appears young despite being 50 years old, because aging stopped decades earlier. On her birthday, Will works overtime to buy a bottle of champagne, spending precious hours of his life just to give her a moment of happiness. Rachel dreams of grandchildren and a peaceful future, but Will knows that in this world, even love costs time. Before leaving to pay overdue bills and loans, Rachel warns Will that she has only 3 days left and asks him to wait at the bus stop so she can borrow time from him if needed. Before parting, she transfers 30 minutes to Will so he can at least eat properly, a small sacrifice that reflects the quiet love of a mother fighting against a merciless system. On his way to work, Will gives 5 minutes of his life to a small child, revealing that time can be stored, transferred, and carried in capsules. At the factory, prices suddenly double without warning, forcing Will to pay 4 minutes for a simple cup of coffee. Inflation is weaponized in this world, raised intentionally to drain the poor faster. Later that night, Will enters a bar and notices a wealthy stranger surrounded by people, his clock showing over 100 years. Will immediately realizes the man is from the elite zone and warns him that he does not belong here. Criminal gangs hunt rich outsiders, stealing their time by force. The man ignores the warning, and moments later a brutal gangster named Fortis arrives, challenging him to a deadly time fight, where arm wrestling determines who lives and who dies. Will intervenes, rescues the man, and learns his name is Henry. Henry reveals a truth that shatters Will's understanding of the world. He explains that the entire system is designed to keep the poor dying so the rich can live forever. Inflation, time zones, and labor are carefully controlled to ensure that wealth continues flowing upward. Henry, exhausted after living over a century, confesses that he no longer wants a life built on the deaths of others. That night, while Will sleeps, Henry transfers all his remaining time to Will and ends his own life, leaving Will with over 100 years on his clock and a message not to waste it. Will barely has time to react before tragedy strikes again. As he waits at the bus stop with flowers for his mother, Rachel is unable to afford the suddenly increased ticket price. Stranded with only minutes left, she runs desperately through the streets begging for time, but no one helps her. Will sees her too late. Just as she reaches him, her clock hits 0, and she dies in his arms. That moment breaks something inside Will. He realizes the system murdered his mother as surely as any weapon. Driven by grief and rage, Will enters the elite city of Greenwich, where time is wasted casually and guards carry sentries on their arms. There, he meets Sylvia, the daughter of Philip, a powerful time banker who profits from mass death. Will gambles, wins over 1,000 years, and catches Sylvia's attention, but everything collapses when timekeepers arrest him for Henry's death. Will escapes with Sylvia as a hostage, but during their flight, criminals steal her time, leaving them both close to death. Forced to rely on each other, Sylvia begins to see the cruelty her father helped create. Together, Will and Sylvia choose rebellion. They rob time banks, steal capsules filled with stolen lifetimes, and distribute them among the poor. The government places massive bounties on their heads, but the people protect them, willing to die rather than betray the ones who gave them life. When the elite manipulate inflation to undo their efforts, Will realizes the only way to break the system is scale. Millions of years must be returned to the people. In a final act of defiance, Will and Sylvia steal a capsule containing 1,000,000 years, distributing it across the ghetto, making the poor effectively immortal. The system collapses instantly. Timekeepers fail, inflation loses power, and the walls separating rich and poor crumble. As Will and Sylvia nearly lose their own lives in the chaos, they survive by seconds, proving that hope, when shared, becomes unstoppable. The world changes not because time was destroyed, but because it was finally returned to the people it was stolen from. If this story made you think about power, inequality, and what life would mean if time itself was currency, share your thoughts below. Would you fight the system or survive within it? And if you enjoy cinematic, story-driven breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next.